Nation, it's your boy Julian. It's time for another diary entry, guys. And this diary entry is actually a movie review diary entry. And the movie we're reviewing is 2019 Scariest Stories to Tell in the Dark. Yes. Now, this is actually a make on the familiar book Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Now, this is some crazy stuff, y'all. Like, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark was kind of like the Goosebumps when I was a little kid, except darker Goosebumps. And when I was reading Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark when I was a kid, I was surprised that they even let these stories like be in elementary school, because I read that in elementary school. I mean, like the pages and the pictures and everything really creeped me out. Really creeped me out. And I really loved the book because everybody knows I love scary stuff. I love scary stuff. I was super excited when they decided, hey, we're gonna make this a movie. So I was like, man. So I seen this movie when it came out in theaters. I went to AMC. I used my A-list. Can't wait till A-list come back. But now it's time for me to review it because it is on Amazon Prime now. If you have a Amazon Prime member, you can actually check it out on Amazon Prime. So was it a good movie? Was it a bad movie? I'm gonna let you know. But before I let you know and I get to my review, go ahead and subscribe, guys. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit that like button. Tap those notifications so you know every time I post a video, guys. Also, share this video with your friends, guys. Share it with your friends. I have more movie review videos on my YouTube channel. Go ahead and watch them. Share those videos with your friends. So let's dive on into this review, guys. Let's dive on into this review. So the plot for Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. It actually, at first I was kind of like off about this premise, but then I was like, after I had seen the movie, I was like, okay, this is cool. This movie is set back in the 60s, actually 1968. And basically, it follows these group of kids and they actually stumble on this book. And this book is basically the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. But the way they make it is, basically there was this woman, I forgot her name. Tragedy happened in her life. So she had this like journal. And when they get the book, there is no pages on it. But if you take the book out of the house, the pages come to life and the book starts to kill you. The lady starts to kill you. Pretty much a little like cliche ghost story about, you know, if you take something out of the spooky house, something kills you, but they make it work. They make it work. So before I get into this review, this is a spoiler-free review, so I will not spoil this for you guys, so that way you can watch this movie on Amazon Prime if you are a Prime member. So the cast for this movie, as you know, I'm bad at names. So we have Zoe, Austin, Natalie, Gabrielle, Michael, and another person named Austin. Let's get into what I loved about this movie, guys. Let's get into what I loved about this movie. This is a scary movie, but not too scary. When I seen this movie, I thought of October. I thought of Halloween. This is a great like October movie. A great Halloween movie just to sit down if you want like a little scare. And this is a great family October movie, because I know there's a lot of October movies, like horror movies, that you can't let your children watch and everything. But this movie, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, I think this was really made for families, because this is a movie that you can watch with your kids and feel as a parent and feel okay about letting your kids watch this movie, because it's not that really scary. I mean, they have some scary and jump scare moments, but it's not like, oh my goodness, I can't let my child watch this. This to me gives me the feel of like Hocus Pocus or Halloween Town, or something that's like scary but not too scary for the kiddos. So that I really like that they went with that approach, so that way that this could be an October movie. This is something I can have my children watch and not be like, oh my goodness, this is gory, oh my goodness, my children are gonna have nightmares. I love the setting and the feel of this movie. Like, it happens in the 60s, and it kind of relates to today without hitting you in the face. Like, it's about racism. It has racism in it. It talks about racism, and it talks about like what's going on with the kids in cages, and how, you know, people treat Hispanic people, because one of the characters is Hispanic. And I really liked it that it talked about issues, but it didn't like make everything political, but it did talk about issues that were happening today. Like, even though it was set in the 60s, it had a message that translated into today, and a message that I feel like kids can watch this and it not be like, oh my goodness, this message is bombarding my kids and all that stuff. And I really liked it. That really made me happy. Also, one thing that I liked about this movie, like, if you read the books when you were a kid or as an adult, or if you ever read the books, the creatures and the illustrations were the real creepy things of the books. And I really liked it that the creatures in this movie are creepy. They're creepy, they're scary, they're visually just like they are in the books, creepy, but not too creepy to where kids can't watch this and enjoy this. But I still love that they still gave us that creepy factor that we had in the books. And as a fan of scary stories to tell in the dark books, I really enjoyed that. Okay, so that's all that I liked about this movie. Let's get into stuff that I disliked about this movie. Now, one thing that I can say that really turned me off about this movie. Now, in all scary movies, if you're a scary movie fan, you know in all scary movies, they play on lighting. So 9 times out of 10 in scary movies, the lights are kind of dim and dark to set the mood of the film, to let you know that this is a scary movie. In this movie, it's kind of like really dark, like to the point where sometimes you can't even see the characters. Like, I understand that the lighting is supposed to be dark and dim, because there's some movies where they turn on a light, and like there was one movie I was watching where they she's supposed to say turned off a light, and I was like, girl, it's dark in here already. What light is you turning off? What light is you turning off? But like, this movie is like super dark, and it really threw me off, because I was like, I wanted to like get a flashlight and be like, girl, turn on the light, girl, turn on some lights so I can see what's going on. And I know some scenes it threw me off because it was just so dark. Also, a thing that kind of threw me off and I didn't like about this movie is at certain points in this movie, it is kind of slow. It's kind of boring. And you know, it takes me out of it. Like, when I went seeing this in the theaters, like in certain scenes, I kind of almost fell asleep, because it was at certain points it is boring. And I know I say this could be a family Halloween film, but I feel like at sometimes your children probably will lose interest in it, because it's just, it has, I mean, it's still good, but it's just that the pacing was not good in it. But that's all that I really had like bad to say about this movie. Overall, I thought this movie was great. I mean, this is an October movie. This is an October movie. Even though this movie came out in July, did it come out in July? I think it came out in August, but this is an October movie. This is a movie that I could put on my 31 days, because you know how they have 31 days of Halloween, and they watch 31 movies until Halloween. This is a movie that you can put on your 31 days of Halloween, and you can watch this with your kids. That's one thing that I really liked about this movie. You can watch this with your kids and not risk the fear of your kids staying up at night and getting scared and all that stuff. I love the themes in this movie, and I love that even though it was set in the 60s, it showed that stuff that happened in the 60s, because the situations were actually real situations that happened in the 60s can relate to situations that's happening today. It's like stuff had never changed, but it wasn't too boiled down on that. So overall, Julian's Diary gives this movie a B. Great family film. I suggest you watch it. It's on Amazon Prime. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. If you like the book, you will like the movie. So the question is, guys, have you seen Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark? Are you going to watch Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark because of my review? What is your opinions on Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark? What is your opinion on Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, guys, go on ahead and subscribe. Hit that like button if you like that video. Tap those notifications so you know every time I post a video, guys. Every time I post a video, guys. Go on ahead and share this video with your friends. Share this video with your friends. I also have other movie reviews on my channel. Go on ahead and watch those movie reviews. Other stuff that's on my channel. I love you, Pink Diamond Nation. Also follow me on my Snapchat. Yeah, follow me on Snapchat. And follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook, guys. I love you, Pink Diamond Nation. Peace out.